I'm sorry. My mic's just all the way up. Region, I had a lot of, like, stuff. 8-legged plague. The rumors surrounding the bald hilltop prove true. The barony has been flooded with monstrous spiders, attacking the locals and slaughtering the cattle. Reports indicate that the huge arachnids spread a ghastly disease that weakens the victim with fever and coats their body with blisters. Its invasion has to be stopped before panic and infection ravage the stolen lands. I'm sorry I'm so loud, guys. It's just who I am. You know, I have to be loud on stream because in person I'm actually quiet as fuck. Just be better. I try. Naturally quiet. So, like, I made sure my mic is louder than everyone else. Because fuck your eardrums, man.
Step, step.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Oh shit.
Amateurs.
Just watching Amiri just run up and fucking punt the midget. Come on, guys, there's nothing better than watching Amiri punt midgets.
Stay behind me.
I'll fight if I have to.
Top of the round.
Bring it.
That was a crit?
Any last wishes?
Let us strike as one. Huh.
Fear me.
Oh. More of them. Tartrashia was back. So the gnome invites some of his friends. Stupid, slow, sluggish gnome. Stupid. There's a purple kobold on the riverbank who looks just like your old acquaintance, Tartushio. Kobolds want this cart. Kobolds shall have it. The horse skull hides most of the kobold's face, but you see his vicious eyes glinting through the empty socket staring at you. By orders of myself, The glorious King Tartuk. The kobold pounds his chest with his fist. Tartuk, king! This bastard was the one who talking our ears off while the rest of them were trying to steal our cart. Tartuccio, I recognize you. What is this new disguise, and why are you not dead? How dare you speak like that to King? Kobolds, attack! Shits! Oh, he did something new to him.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
He gave them a buff.
Do not falter.
You can't stop me.
14 sneak attack. Are you gonna move? I guess not.
I'll cut you. That's more like it.
Tear them apart.
I'm sure he's gonna curb stomp you.
This is where I step in.
I love the fact I can throw bombs at my feet.
Consider me provoked.
Die for me.
They go down.
Wow, Miri didn't kill him immediately?
Serves you right.
Die, die, die!
Onwards.
This is for you.
There we go.
You deserved it.
Stop missing. It's just one and there we go. See you soon enough. This is not over. While the gnomes were busy fighting the kobolds, furiously cursing and diligently punching their unwelcome guests right in their dragonish snouts, the cart was all but forgotten. The unwitting cause of the fight, it was being dragged away by the scared ponies when it slid down the ford, sinking all the way up to the coachman's seat in the river. This is where the Skunk River flows into the Tusk water, and the currents become excessively spiteful, cold, stubborn, and turbulent. Having taken hold of the gnome's cart, the Skunk River must have decided to drag it down amid all the commotion, but it was caught in the act. Hey, Keith. Keith, so it turned out I had invisibility potions and everything, so I just gave myself a plus 32 to stealth. Everything saw me, but I was so invisible that after a certain point they just gave up on trying to find me. And I got out of that ambush. I didn't have to climb the wall. If I got past the owlbear, there was a mobility check I could make because I couldn't pass the athletics. So I didn't have to kill. I only had to kill some wolves that I found. The surviving gnomes, led by the head of the gnome expedition, an extremely loud and crabby fellow, but not without some managerial talent, were able to catch the cart before it floated away. Faces red and grunting from the strain, they struggled to keep it from drowning entirely. Just then, a package fell into the water. With a heartbreaking splash, it vanished beneath the current, only to resurface 10 meters down the river. No! The head of the gnome expedition monotonously glowered at the package. That was Alchemy and Life, the latest issue! After plunging into the cold, the ponies immediately lost their nerve, swiveling their ears and twitching. They tried to chew through the reins and throw off the load. Why are you just standing around? Go on, help them! The head of the gnome expedition was visibly dissatisfied as he shouted. Ooh. Oh, shit. Amiri tripped on the edge of the cart and fell awkwardly on the roof, startling the already frightened ponies even more. The ponies twitched and neighed nervously, making the process of freeing them from the cart even more difficult. Once the job was done and they sensed they were finally free, they ran off into the nearby forest, and the head of the gnome expedition burst into another round of swearing. Ready? Ah, my foot! The head of the gnome expedition yelled, his face red and angry. With help like this, my possessions will be down the river in a flash. Just go to the camp or find those runaway ponies, or find some other way to help. Gods. The cart creaked and cracked, sounding as though it were sobbing. The boards strained against the combined stress of the rushing water's pull against everyone trying to pull the cart ashore. Unfortunately for the cart, both sides were of equal strength. Something had to be done, or the poor cart would be torn to shreds or pieces. Motherfucker! How did I... Well, after resisting our efforts for a while, the cart finally began to give. Squelching loudly in the mud, it jerked forward, and as the head of the gnome expedition opened his mouth to let out a victory cry. But that sly snake of a river decided that if she couldn't have her trophy, no one would. Instead of riding out on the ford, the cart began to lean, then slowly, almost magnificently, fell on its side. The scream of triumph only made it halfway before sticking in the gnome's throat. Son of a troll. The perplexed gnome gazed on as if his collection of boxes, packages, and his bags slowly floated away. That gaze then came to rest on us. Well then, thank you, travelers, for your oh so invaluable help. The gnome that stands before you wears dirty and ragged clothes. They used to look stylish and wealthy long ago, but those times are long gone. His black hair is matted. A deep, fresh scratch crosses his cheek. Despite of this rather pathetic look, the gnome behaves with inner dignity and even manages to maintain a superior manner.
Jubilos Nartropple, a humble servant to no one. Oh, too bad your grace proved to not be capable enough to save my cart. Well, one shouldn't expect a faster reaction from a baron himself. After all, it's common knowledge that titled persons usually hire a bunch of advisors to do all the thinking for them. So, they must have some other bunch to jump in the rivers and save carts. By the way, it's a shame no one organized a greeting party when such a famous and popular person as myself arrived to your capital. I wasn't expecting a red carpet covered with rose petals, but you could at least have sent ahead some delegation.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, at least some of my servants are still alive. Do you know how much it costs to train a proper servant?
Sounds like your servants are nothing but tools to you. Truly, with masters like that, being a servant is not much of an improvement over being a slave.
What's this then? Huh. Run along, little girl. The grown-ups are talking.
So, you're not only arrogant, but a boorish swine as well. Why am I not surprised at all?
Also, while I'm on that, I'd like to make an official announcement. The roads in your barony are in terrible condition. People must search for wading fords to cross the rivers because no one had bothered themselves with building bridges, and honest travelers have to take the risk of being attacked by kobolds at any moment. So, how did you say your barony was called? Oh, whatever, never mind. When I draw the map of these lands, I will call them the End of All Roads. Dirt Beyond. I guess it's a fitting name.
You think too highly of yourself, Sir Gnome. Behave with some dignity while you're on these lands.
Oh, I see. The very spirit of knighthood embodied. So, what do you propose me to do, Sir Knight? Should I lie?
By no means. But you shall not be so blunt. I bid you to express your opinion in a more courteous form.
Your problem, Sir Knight, is that you worry too much about form and appearance. Unsurprisingly so, considering your pretty face. As for me, I worry solely about the content.
I can attack him. Let's see. Said you're famous, but I don't know you. What are you famous for?
That was either a stupid and offensive joke or a case of total ignorance. The latter, I hope. I'm famous as a traveler, a cartographer, an alchemist, and a journalist. The students of all the major universities study the world using my maps. My articles for different journals are well known everywhere, from Andorran to Brevoy. You've definitely read some issues of National Alchemy, haven't you? Culinary Almanac of the Inner Sea? Or the most scandalous one, The Independence, describing benefits and drawbacks of governments and regimes in different states? Didn't read any of these? Oh, well, don't answer that. I don't want to spoil my impression of your barony. It's spoiled enough already. It would be hard for me to write at least something positive otherwise.
Wait, the Jubilos Narthrapple? Author of the 14.5 eulogies to Pitax? Oh my, every student in the Academy of Grand Arts devoured your books, especially after King Aravetti banned them, tried you in absentia, and sentenced you to death.
I see at least someone in this shabby barony has at least a rudimentary education, even if they got them in such a dubious establishment as the Pitax Academy of Grand Arts.
This guy's just being a dick.
I was expelled for irreverence.
Ha! Is this so? Well, if it is true, then you just might not be beyond hope. I pursued two objectives. The first is to write an article on this new barony of yours for the Independence. The second is to draw a detailed map of the stolen lands. Before this barony appeared, it had been too dangerous to come here, but now an opportunity has appeared. Thanks to you, I must add. So, as you can see, the freedom of speech sometimes grants positive comments too. Anyway, I'm almost done with this journey. My article is practically ready, so is the map. All that's left to do now is to find an old dwarven outpost established here several centuries ago. Your ignorance is stunning. You create a barony and still you know nothing about the lands you own. I'll have to enlighten you on the subject. You see, long ago there was a dwarven trade route crossing these lands. It connected Five Kings Mountains and the north. The route was so important to the dwarves that they were generous enough to set a number of outposts along it, manned with armed guardians to provide protection for the traders. One of these outposts must be somewhere nearby, lost and completely forsaken, but nothing can avoid the watchful eye of the great cartographer Jubilos Nartruple. I will find this outpost, and I will mark its location on the map. You can trust me on that.
I'm looking for the troll's lair. Maybe we're looking for the same place. Let's join our efforts and start looking together.
You seem to be a capable companion, but I'll pass for now. I still have to count my losses after the river took my cart and all my stuff.
Okay, is it possible it's now used by trolls as a lair, for instance?
Why not? Dwarves like being underground, trolls like being underground too. It's quite possible after dwarves left, their warm and cozy place fell into the hands of less attractive creatures. I would be grateful. I'll stay here for a while. I need to sort things out.
Loot the bodies.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
A pony! Cat, what is your obsession with the ponies?